Going to have to turn on another light here just so we can be beautifully lit and I can make sure if the video quality being bad last time was just a fluke. But also, I would love to say hello to people. I would love to maybe answer a few questions while we're doing the test stream, and then I can make sure if I do or do not need to yell at the tech support for the streaming service that I've used. I invested, and that's what you call it when you waste money. You invest. I invested in a service that allows me to stream simultaneously on YouTube and Facebook, and also Twitch, which I do not understand in any way. So hopefully, it works. Let me know how the quality of the stream is on your end. It is very helpful for me if you do that. I am good. We got a question here, and it's a great question. I answer all questions. Big, small, happy, sad, important, unimportant. How am I? I feel good. I feel good. I've been sleeping on my back recently. Has anyone here slept on their back? I'm throwing that in the chat right now. Who sleeps on their back? Because it's it's very important to do so. I've I've been a stomach sleeper for a really long time. Okay? I've been a stomach sleeper for a very, very long time. And sleeping on your stomach, from what I read online, from what I understand from the comments that I've seen online, sleeping on your back is about as bad as smoking 1,000 packs of cigarettes a day. That seems to be what people are saying. They're saying that sleeping on your back causes every malady you could ever possibly imagine. It's bad for you. It's bad for your chakras. It's bad for your endocrine system. It's bad uh for your sphincter even. Okay? If I may be so crass, if I may be so bold as to use everyone's favorite word. Um so I've been trying very hard to sleep on my back. And what that has done is caused me to completely not sleep. So, if to answer the roundabout question that I got earlier, um, I have been okay, but I've been struggling to stay awake. I've been struggling to sort of, keep my energy up. But this is kind of my coffee here. So throw anything, and I mean anything, into the chat. All right. YouTube and Facebook will filter it out if it's too crazy. I want to know what's going on. I want to know what you guys need help with. I also would love a update on how the quality of the stream is. Should be high definition. If it is anything less than that, I will take it up with God himself. Oh, how long have you been rocking the mullet? It's been about 2 years now. I hopped on the trend, okay? And I'm not afraid to admit it. There was a mullet revival, a mustache revival. I'm not ashamed to say I hopped on a trend. I did a video about this recently, which did not gain popularity, which I understand because you know what's so funny? Making videos. And who cares about the videos or the process to make them? You guys just want to see them, which I appreciate. But very briefly, very, very briefly, let me say something real quick. In making videos, I realize trends with what people seem to like and seem to don't like. I don't really cater my videos to those trends, but I do notice them. And one of the things I've noticed is people don't like videos that may be true but are kind of harsh truths. And the one about people saying that what is it? People saying like, "Oh, trends are bad. Oh my god, you're just hopping on a trend." I I think that's bad. I think it's dumb. I think you should hop on a trend if it's fun and if it suits you. Sometimes trends are great. The ice bath trend, right? I love it. It makes me feel good. I don't care that it's a stereotype. I don't care that it's mostly crypto guys that are doing it. That's fine. They could do it too, but I'm also doing it and I enjoy it. Okay? I enjoy it. I enjoy a good trend. I don't care. Oh, I'm the most unique person. Look at my fedora. No one's wearing a fedora. Everyone's wearing a fedora. You're an idiot, okay? All right, listen to me. Hop on a trend if it suits you. Do you understand me? You got one life. You're going to spend your whole life trying to be Mr. Unique, Mrs. Unique? No. Every now and again, if it suits you, be unique. If it doesn't suit you, do stuff other people are doing. Who cares? Who cares? Either way, you are beholden to other people if you're doing either of those things. And I don't think that's good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Now, let me say something real quick. Ooh, we got some great stuff in the chat. Let me see some of these. Oh, here's a good one. I want to talk about this a little bit. I got to say this. At the height of cryptocurrency's popularity, I know nothing. I am an idiot, which is why I do not have a lot of money and I live in a studio apartment and I am going to do a show in about an hour for about 70 people for $40. Okay? That's where my monetary life is. So I'm in no place to make fun of these crypto guys. All right? I don't know anything about money either. All right? I have no idea, which is why I didn't invest in the cryptocurrency. They rightfully got a little bit of flack. They got a pinch of flack, crypto guys, okay? People didn't love what they were talking about on dates. I think a lot of women, there was a big thing with crypto guys where women were like, "Oh, every guy on a first date is talking about his crypto portfolio," which is crazy to me. I'm sure it happened. It's just unfathomable to me that you would do that, even after it's like been deemed a stereotype. They continue to talk to women about their crypto portfolios. But let me say this, and this might not be popular. I appreciate that they're really into something. And a lot of them, listen to me. A lot of them lost a lot of money. A lot of the crypto guys lost a lot of money. A lot of the NFT guys lost a lot of money. Some scratch got shuffled out of their portfolios, right? Those who stuck with it, I have to say, I have some sort of an appreciation for. There's a weird part of me that appreciates them because they really do. They believe in something even if it's wrong. And sometimes just belief, that's enough. You know what I mean? That's not actually true, but it sounds good to say. Ooh, the chat is fun. Oh, here we go. Good. I'm sorry, I missed it. Where is it? Yeah, somebody asked, what's with the hula hoops? There we go. What's with the hula hoops? What's with the hula hoops? It's the question everybody wants to know. This is a weighted hula hoop, okay? Talking about trends, I worked out at a friend's house and he had a weighted hula hoop. And I said, get me on that. Get me on that. Get me into this. I want the hula hoop. I want to work out like this. I want to work out with a weighted tactical hula hoop, like God intended, okay? Because I love an exercise that makes everybody a little bit angry. And I think using a weighted hula hoop, it makes people who don't go to the gym angry because you're working out, and it makes people who go to the gym angry because you're working out in a way that seems frivolous and an affront to all exercise. And that makes me feel good. I enjoy that about it. I like that about it. It makes me feel nice to be doing something that's an affront to humanity. The weighted hula hoop is good, helps my core muscles. It's silly. I like it. It's a good conversation starter too. People come over to my apartment. They don't go, "Oh, why is this 3 square feet? Why is your oven on top of your bed?" They go, "Oh, look at that hula hoop. Cool hula hoop." Okay? So, to answer your question, that's why I like the hula hoop. All right? Conversation starter. It's good exercise, and it keeps people distracted from the horrors of my apartment. For the people just joining, you can please join my link tree. It is in the bio of this. You'll find my Patreon there. $5 a month gets you an extra episode of this. If I don't answer your questions, because there's a lot in the chat, with the Patreon once a week, I do a more intimate live where you could get your question. When I say intimate live, I don't mean like there's oils involved or anything, but you'll get your question answered a little bit faster. I also have tour dates coming up in Orange County and Des Moines, Iowa, and those are in the link tree too. So check those out in the link. I appreciate it. That's really great. Let's see here. Oh, wow. Here we go. Something juicy. Ooh, we got something juicy, folks. Man, I wasn't even planning on going live today, but this is a nice surprise, and I love it here. I feel incredibly guilty at breaking up with a guy because I know he loves me, but I don't love him. I feel responsible for him and his well-being. Talk about a we've all been there sort of situation, right? Ain't that humanity? Ain't that the old human condition? You fall in love, and then you realize you actually don't like the way this person's breath smells. It's tough. It's tough. We make a lot of contracts with the people we love. We're almost, in some ways, pressured to make said contracts with those people that we love. And that's tough. You want to know why? Because they don't always get honored. Okay? Sometimes we fall out of love when we're not ready. Sometimes the feelings in your heart don't match the feelings in your brain. Your brain goes, here's someone stable. Here's someone who supported me. Here's someone who has done all of the right things in the relationship. They bought me flowers. They helped me they helped me shave that weird, hard to reach part of my under thigh that I can't get to. They saw my mole, the weird one, and they told me not to worry about it. They've done all the right things in the relationship, but it ain't working out that way. Boy, that happens all the time. And it's tough. It's tough because we like to think those contracts that we make are going to be forever. We like to think those people that we love are going to be the people in our lives from start to finish. But the one thing you need to take account of, and it's a tough thing to take account of, but you need to understand this. You need to realize this. You need to appreciate this. We live in an ephemeral universe. If there's one thing that's certain, it's uncertainty. Things change constantly. Now, that doesn't mean that if your values are that where you meet a person, you go, I do not care. No matter what, through thick and thin, sickness and health, if I start really hating the smell of their farts, but they just keep farting and they can't stop farting, we go to a doctor and the doctor's like, I just really don't know, but these farts aren't even, I mean, there's too many for them to even fit in his body and they're still coming out. If you want to make that contract, that's up with you. That's you. But if we're going to be, honest with ourselves in a relationship, things change. You got to roll with those punches, and you got to know from the beginning of the relationship, both parties, the one thing that is super, super important whenever a relationship begins, if you can leave with anything, make sure you are autonomous and that person you are getting into a relationship with is autonomous. Now, obviously, we're all sentient beings here, right? My audience is, I would say, 70 to 90% sentient, and I think that that's a huge accomplishment for a comedian, right? But you need to know that that person is sentient, and you need to know that person is autonomous. You need to know that person is not going to use you as a crutch in their life. You should be the supplement to their life, and they should be a supplement to your life. That doesn't mean that supplement is going to give you what it gave you in the beginning, in the middle, or in the end. It's constantly changing. We need to constantly check in and negotiate those sorts of things, right? So, just because someone loves us, and this is one of the hardest, most heart-wrenching, most gut-wrenching things you can realize, but just because someone loves us does not mean the relationship is gonna work out. It just doesn't. It's a harsh, harsh truth. There's a scene, it's one of the few scenes in a movie that ever made me cry, and I was very young when I watched it. It's called AI, artificial intelligence, which is funny, it has, modern connotations, but this, I believe, was a Tim Burton film, and part of the movie, this mother buys basically an android to replace her son who passed away. The android starts acting weird, and the mom has to get rid of it, so the mom drives the android out to the, forest, and the android thinks they're having a picnic, and the mom sets the android free, and the android kid he just wants to be with her. He just wants to be with her, and she just can't. She can't let him in her life. It's hard for her. It's always going to be hard when that's the case. But if the prerequisite for a relationship was just that the other person loved us, then, well, any Tom, Dick, and Harry that loves us would be our partner. But that's not a good system, right? It's gotta be mutual exchange, and that's tough. It's hard to realize, but I hope that helps. I hope that helps, and I hope the horrors of what I just told you uh or whatever. Oh, let me clear it up. I obviously, someone said disabled people have to stay alone, question mark. No, I'm saying autonomous emotionally, not physically. Ooh, this is cool. I'm confused on what some people think love is. Putting them on a pedestal for their body or physical stuff, not love. Showing compassion when they piss you off and stress you out. That seems more like love. That's a part of it. Well, it's something that you negotiate. Man, love means so many different things to so many different people. It would make your dang head spin. Okay? To some people, love is someone you can sit on the couch and have some crackers with. And to other people, love is someone who will drive 110 miles down the 101 freeway to their house because they said they have a little bit of a headache. All right. Who's wrong and right? I mean, one of those is probably more healthy than the other, but everybody's constantly negotiating their own definition of love. And that's a tough thing to wrap your head around, right? It's very difficult to wrap your head around that. But it's the truth, and you need to find your own way. Uh the difficulty with there's mentally disabled people too. Are you trying, Ruby? Are you trying to cancel me? I just said emotional. I said emotionally. I'm not saying mentally. Listen, a podcast cannot stand if there is someone who is intentionally misinterpreting the things that I'm saying. So, you know what I'm saying? If you don't, feel free to not engage with the podcast. Um, if they F with your mind though, passion I can work with. Play like you crackers and eating crackers together. Heart. That's such a weird thing that you just commented, Donna. I appreciate it. If they F with your mind, dot dot dot, though passion I can work with. Play like you crackers and eat crackers together. Heart. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I love that. I love that. The main characters in horror movies and thrillers, most other genres are side sleepers, stomach sleepers are underrepresented. Whoa! Whoa! I never thought of that. So you're saying the main characters in horror movies always sleep on their back. They do kind of sleep on their back. Interesting. And then other genres are side sleepers. Well, because a stomach sleeper, you can't see their face. You can't see their face. But wow, that's crazy. Yeah, what here? I don't think you would watch a movie if the hero slept on their stomach, though, to be honest with you. I don't think you would I don't know if you would watch Transporter if Jason Statham was sleeping on his tummy. You know what I mean? If Jason Statham was like snoozing on his tum tum, I think it would be hard. I think it would be very difficult. I don't think you would if Jason Statham was sleeping on his tummy and then he he got up from sleeping from his stomach and beat up a guy, I think he would be like, I don't buy it. Stephanie says, hell yes I would, comma his ass. Wow, two people. Well, we're horned up for Jason Statham in the chat. That's awesome. That's hell yes, dude. That rocks. Listen, hey, write the movie, okay? Write the Stomach Sleepers movie. Put it on paper. Put it on paper. Okay, you know what? I'll actually engage with this. So, Ruby, who commented earlier, I think me and Ruby have made peace here and understand each other now. A lot of emotionally challenged people shut off from relationships, so it's hard to hear. Yeah, absolutely, totally. And you know, I as a person, I hate talking from this frame of reference, but it's true, and this is something that I do feel very strongly about. I was in special ed through elementary school and high school, and in my classes there were a lot of people with a range of different, whether you call them, I would like calling different abilities. I always enjoyed, but whether you want to call them whatever, I'm not so hung up on wording of things. I think if you understand the person, that's all you really need to care about. But unless it's hurting someone's feelings or causing damage to them, like obviously that. But when you look at people who have different abilities, it's very difficult because, like, in Hollywood, when it comes to representation, I think that they've covered a lot of bases, but there is still this like difficult thing to navigate. And as a person who was around differently able people for a long time, I understand that it's difficult to navigate, but when it comes to representation of people, I think it is very strange that there are still sort of things being represented in movies where an actor will play someone that has some sort of whatever you want to call it, like just something going on, and it's like, well, there's a person who's actually like that who's probably an actor that you could have play that character. So, eh, but then it's like difficult because if it's someone who's severely disabled, then it is hard to find an actor that could fit that role. So I understand the difficulty navigating those things. This is a similar thing to that, right? Because when you say emotionally challenged, I don't even know specifically what you're referring to, but I feel as though it's someone who has like maybe a anger issues or issues when it comes to like attachments and stuff. And totally. Listen, everyone's deserving of love, but there needs to be a balance between understanding that and understanding that there are certain states of mind that we're in where when you're considering being in a relationship, you're not the only one involved in that. It's not the same thing as like getting whatever access to certain things or resources. This is bringing another person into your life, and if you don't have the emotional stability to make sure that person that you're a partner with is safe and not in a relationship that has a level of like turmoil or God forbid abuse in it, then you shouldn't be in that relationship. That's what I'm saying. Like if you have anger issues, I have a ton of friends who have anger issues, right? And that's not their fault. Some of it is chemical imbalance stuff in their brains. Some of it is definitely from like childhood trauma. I do my best to exercise patience with them. I do my best to exercise like understanding that sometimes when they have an outburst, even if it's towards me, it's not their fault. But there does need to, and I talk to them and their therapist talk to them very often where it's like there's a level of emotional stability that is required to be in a relationship. That's just the whole because you have another person you're dealing with here. And if your emotions are erratic enough to spiral into something that could turn into like abuse or negativity for that other person, you owe it to them to figure your stuff out to a place where it's manageable before getting into a relationship with them. That's just how I feel. That's my opinion on the subject. I hope that's helpful. Interesting. So let's continue this conversation because I love this kind of thing. Well, issues regarding emotions and going chaotic in response to what most call normal circumstances. I can understand why you say don't be in one if you are being abusive to those around you. Yes. Okay. So good. We've found common ground. Isn't that nice, folks? Did you see how that can happen? Do you understand that even though at points in that conversation, I did get defensive a bit because I felt like maybe I was being attacked or being called, insensitive to certain people's circumstances, which is obviously something that I try to take seriously. But you shouldn't react to those situations with defensiveness. You should try to listen. I learned my own lesson here. You understand? Oh, did I say deserve love? Well, no, Ruby, don't worry about it. Listen, it's okay. We don't this is the issue I think with the internet. And I think the internet is great. I think it's caused like discourse and open communication in this really wonderful way. But I think an issue is we jump towards the words people are saying rather than their intent far too quickly. There's always a balance there, right? Like if someone's words are really harmful, there's a level to that where it's like, well, your intention there in a way doesn't matter that much because the words that you said are very damaging and hurtful. But I think a lot of the stuff exists in this gray area where it's like we rarely word things well on the fly. I mean, I do it improperly all the time. So don't worry about it. I'm really glad that we had this conversation because it was nice. It was nice to get your perspective. It was nice to get a different perspective. It was very nice. Oh, here we go. Hey Dan, a side sleeper here. For the following comments in the chat, please let me know how you sleep. Hey Dan, a side sleeper here. What makes you feel the most peaceful? That's great. You know what's so funny is we do so much in the day to reach out for external things. Um, we do so much in the day to try to like reach out to external things and try to satiate our basal desires, right? When I wake up in the morning, I'm constantly just thinking, what snack can I have? What treat can I have? What snack and treat combo will make me happy? What snack and treat combo will make me whole? What snack and treat combo will make me feel good? And I gotta say, what comes to mind, which is so funny, is exercise and sleep. Good sleep and like nice decent exercise That's all it is. It's very simple. No, it's funny because there's, like, no money involved in either of those, which is weird. That's just what comes up when I think about it. Because good sleep is just so hard to come by, you know? Like, good sleep is good sleep is so man, like, and you can't buy it is the funny thing because people will, take, like, pills and stuff to help their sleep, but God knows that doesn't help that much, like, and a lot of people have, no, well, for some people it does really help, obviously, but, like, you make trade-offs when you have, like, that kinda medically induced sleep, and it's not always like, same quality as a regular sleep. So, yeah, I mean, when I think about the things that make me peaceful, it's those things, which is really funny because I mean, when you look at your day and the things that you do in a day, you're just constantly just kinda chasing after the next thing, chasing after the next snack. You go to the grocery store, you see there's a new kind of snack, you go, "Maybe this is the one." You go, "Maybe this is the one that's gonna make me feel good." You go, "Maybe this is the one that's gonna make me feel, nice." And, it doesn't really work like that. Like, you can get momentary pleasure from those things, but it doesn't really make you feel great. You know what I mean? Yeah, a lot of people saying I mean, like, I think a good sleep is just so hard because I think we're kind of in our own little terrariums. You know what I mean? We're in our own little snake holes. Well, it's not really a snake hole because a snake hole I feel like I would get really good sleep in. Oh, the snake hole you would get the sleep you would get in a snake hole would be nuts. Could you imagine? Could you imagine that? It's interesting. Oh, this is nice. You know, I always highlight the comments in the chat that I think are worthwhile or important. And this one, good job, Dan. Hey, how about that? Huh? That feels good. You know what, Paul? Good job to you too. That's what I need to hear. You know what? Periodically, and I don't want it to be everybody all at once, but periodically, let's get some good job Dans in the chat. All right? I need that. Whoa. Oh, Jesse, that's so nice. Oh, man. Thank you. Dude, I love your videos. I've literally used your videos to describe how I approach the world to other people. That's so, man. I mean, I don't deserve that, but that's such a kind thing to say. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is funny, and this is just between us. This is just between me and literally everyone online. There's sometimes I feel really self-conscious, uh and sometimes I feel really weak. Like I wake up every morning and I write, and sometimes what I write I don't even love, but I'll still kind of put something out based on that writing just because I think the repetition and getting stuff out there is good for my own creative process. But sometimes I get really self-conscious about the videos I put out, and I think like all the time I think like this one's not funny, this one's poorly written, this one's really corny. Like those are the things that come up when I put videos out. And I think a level to that is healthy, but I mean I think a good level of that is healthy because I think probably like I could do a lot better with the videos and I could write a lot better and I could be a lot funnier and the level to which I have to put out right now, truly not to get too in depth with it, but like just to make rent and stuff, I pretty much have to put a video out every day. Which I love. I mean, listen, as far as a job goes, whoa, did I hit the jackpot. Whoa, did I ding 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 ding. That rocks. But sometimes I really don't have a lot to write and I just put one out that's maybe I shouldn't be sharing that with you guys, but I do just want to be on like that's the whole thing with this podcast and being on live and stuff is like there's a level to which like even getting into the conversation about people with emotional disorders and stuff. When I'm having conversations like that, there's things going on in my mind where I'm like, well, I hope I'm not saying the wrong thing. I hope I'm not offending anybody. I hope there's not like I literally this is something that comes up with me a lot. It's like I always hope that I'm not just because I mean, a big part of it is, like, I don't want to make anyone upset with the stuff that I say. I know that's weird for a comic, but because there's some people you're just gonna make upset, right? If you're gonna put stuff online, there's a level of ridicule you're gonna get. There's a level of, anger. There's a level of vitriol that you're just you that is part of the job, right? That is part of the job. You cannot avoid that. That's just what it people will kind of complain and lament, uh, about the fact that, like, "Oh, people are being mean to me online." It's like, it stinks that it happens. It's not a great part of the job, but that is an extra that's like saying, "Oh, I wanna be a professional rock climber, but my hands got the skin on my hands hurts." It's like, I know that that's a bad part of the job, but that is part of the job. Part of the work, it's part of the job. But, you know, when it comes to, dealing with those sorts of things and those sorts of doubts in my mind, I always do try to stray on the side of like, well, don't let fear control you, right? And don't let fear stop you from having an honest conversation about something. And I guess that's my roundabout way of saying thank you, Jesse. I appreciate your comment. You know what I mean? You know, there's another. It's so funny. This is really funny too. Just we're just talking here now. Um, there's a guy who I was unaware of until like a month or two ago, but he cuts vegetables and does videos. And I guess I don't know why. I didn't look into it, but I guess a lot of people online are mad at him. And I've gotten backlash just based on him. Like people have been going on my videos and commenting like you're this guy. Can you I mean, there's a level to me where it's like I don't know I don't know what he did to warrant all of this, like, animosity online for, so I'm not gonna weigh in on that, but I'm like, man, if people are residually getting negative comments, going through it. That guy is going through it. I can tell you that much. But people go on my videos and be like, and I'm like, listen here. I occupy my own little space online. I like to think I like to think of where I am on like because people think about going viral. Going viral is reaching all these people. I'm happy. I wanna go with like micro every time I go micro viral. That's my goal is to go which is I just reach every one of the people who follows me. That's really the whole goal. Whoa. If you want it to be you know what? Can I get some answers in the chat for this? Because I want you guys to answer this question. I really want I wanna know if you were compared to someone else, who would it be? Man, that's a tough one. Because I think, like, a lot of people's initial result or initial response is gonna be, like it's gonna be hard to answer that because I think a lot of us are pretty not vain, but a lot of us don't like comparisons. A lot of us wanna think of ourselves as, like, we are our own person, we are our own like thing, and that is what I am. And oh, someone in the chat said looks or personality. I guess it could be both. Could be both. Um I guess it would be somebody that I really Bob Seger. I don't know anything about Bob Seger's personal life. I'm referring specifically to the music. If my life and goings on would be could be equivalent to the music of Bob Seger or Steely Dan, I would say that. If someone came up to me, I know this would be kind of like an oblique conceptual compliment, but if someone came up to me and was like, uh, damn, you're just like the music of Bob Seger, I would go nice. I would go, that's cool. Yes. Yes. Oh, we're pinning that one. Oh, that no, that is such a beautiful, honest answer. That is such a beautiful, honest answer. I'll take the flack that someone is bound to give me for saying this, but honestly, Jesus, no, that's the answer. That's truly it's like whenever someone compares you to somebody, you're going to be looking at the shortcomings of that person. So honestly, Jesus, not a bit. My only flack that I'm going to give you for that is if someone said I'm like Jesus, I would be like, he wasn't that tall. I would be like, "Hey, was I'm short." I would find a way to make that an unfavorable comparison. I would find that way. Damn, this was such a fun chat. Guys, thank you so much for joining. I gotta head out, but please check out the link tree. It has all of my stuff. It has tour dates in Orange County and Des Moines, Iowa. It has my Patreon for just $5 a month. You get a exclusive, more intimate live chat on Sundays. And you get extra videos. I do those chore talk videos on there. I have 2 extra ones on there and more to come, and it helps a lot. It helps me to continue to do these videos. It helps me with equipment. It helps me to tour and travel for comedy. So all that stuff, really appreciate it. Really glad you're here. Save your questions. I will be back very soon. I'll put those up on my page. So please have a good Friday night. Thank you so much. Be safe. Have a good one. This is a great one. I feel like I learned during this one, which is great. Oh, see you in Des Moines. Let's go. Thank you, Elizabeth. All right. I'll see you guys later.